clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Bischke.
Present.
Trustee Dunham.
Here.
Trustee Sullivan.
Present.
Trustee Kozak.
Here.
Trustee Madey absent. And Village President Daley.
Present. So, asking a question to the attorney, do we need to go through allowing trustee Conley to participate?
Technically, yes. There should be a motion to allow trustee Connolly to participate as an unqualified remote member based upon the statements made earlier.
I would so move. Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor?
I should
Aye.
Call the roll.
Roll. Trustee Bischke.
Aye.
Trustee Dunham.
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan.
Aye.
Trustee Kozak.
Aye.
Trustee Madey absent.
4 ayes, no nays, motion carries. First item on the agenda is the President's report, and this is where we will make appointments to standing committees. For those unfamiliar, the Village Board sits on, is broken up into 6 standing committees: Transportation, Planning, Building and Development, Public Safety, Finance, Legal, Administrative and General Government, and Engineering and Public Works, and Health and Human Services. Those are the 6 committees. Individuals on those, so Transportation will be Brian Bischke as chairperson, Mark Madey and Frank Kozak as member. Planning, Building and Development Committee is Jack Sullivan, chairperson, George Dunham, Frank Kozak as members. Public Safety Committee, Frank Kozak, chairperson, George Dunham, Jack Sullivan as members. Finance, Legal, Administrative and General Government, George Dunham, chairperson, Marge Conley, Brian Bischke as members. Engineering and Public Works Committee, Marge Conley, chairperson, Brian Bischke, Mark Madey as members. Health and Human Services Committee, Mark Madey as chairperson, Jack Sullivan and Marge Conley as members. And I look for a motion to concur with those.
So moved. Second.
So a motion and a second. Do I need a roll call, or
Yeah, that would be appropriate.
will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Bischke.
Aye.
Trustee Madey absent. Trustee Dunham.
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan.
Aye.
Trustee Kozak.
Aye.
4 ayes, no nays. Second item is a recommendation to appoint, I always call him mayor. It's Mr. Al Larson, Mayor Larson, to 1% for Art Committee and Cultural, and the Cultural Commission, and authorize the use of village resources to support that.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Trustee Bischke.
Aye.
Trustee Madey absent. Trustee Dunham.
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan.
Aye.
Trustee Kozak.
Aye.
4 ayes, no nays, motion carries. Thank you very much, Mayor, for agreeing to continue to participate on those committees.
Thank you.
We have some presentations that I'd like to do now. The first one is, we have and I'm going to get up and come over there if that's all right. So we have a presentation of a plaque that we've given out on other occasions, but an updated plaque for Mayor Larson, and it says, Village President Al Larson, 1975 to 2019, in appreciation of 44 years of your service to the people of Schaumburg.
It's really nice. It really is. Got me in a bicycle, I'm not falling off either.
Well, George is probably not in the back.
Is that trustee Longmire?
Yes, right.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, miss you.
So the other one we have for you is what I call the golden ticket, okay? If anybody has seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, there's a golden ticket. So we have a golden ticket here for Al for the Prairie Center. This basically guarantees him the seat's good for one admission to any Village of Schaumburg sponsored event at the Prairie Center for the rest of his life. And if he's got a +1, that's fine too. Can't leave out Nancy. There is another one that I don't have with me, and that is for the Schaumburg Boomers. For those who doesn't know, Al's a big baseball fan, especially a Cubs fan. And there are so many things about the Boomer Stadium that is built to specs of Wrigley Field, for those who don't know. So the layout of it, the distances and everything else, even the chairs were replicated as being, coming from Wrigley Field. So Al will be given, I don't have it with me, but Al will be given what's called the 25th seat to the skybox. Al knows exactly what it is. And that's a permanent ticket to every game at the Boomer Stadium whenever he wants. So, thank you. I want to make one last comment here. The Daily Herald did an absolutely fabulous job. Eric, really a great job the Daily Herald did of Al's legacy. Everything, well, just about everything you want to know about Al is in here. If you get a chance, if you have an opportunity, this is a great one to read and pick up, so I encourage you to do so. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I do have one last thing to say. I've known Al, as I mentioned, since '85. Al has taught me, he's mentored me the whole time on how to run board meetings and how to do things, and I have a couple of items here, so let me take a minute to add a couple of more things, if I may. Oh yes, there was, before I do that, there was a couple of things here. Apparently, the foundation, there was a number of people from the foundation that made donations on your behalf. Civil Tech Engineering, Crawford, Murphy and Tilly, Masada and Mitchell, Parkway Bank, Sunstar, Patrick Salvi from the Boomers, Tough Partners, Williams Architect, all made contributions on your behalf and wanted to make sure that you're aware of that. So, I also have a letter here that someone wrote that I thought was appropriate and wanted to take an opportunity to read. So you can have, if you want to sit, that's fine. It says, Dear Mayor Larson, it is with deep sadness that I cast the last ballot and vote for someone else. I want to thank you for all your years of service and for making Schaumburg such a great place to live all these years. I am hoping your successor will keep your vision, which I will do my best to do. This is a great city, and you have every right to be proud of your accomplishments these many years. It's so, but particularly now that I have attained the, quote, senior status, so many wonderful programs and people willing to help us with programs, assistance, and guidance. Everyone seems to go the extra mile, and I cannot attend enough of the wonderful series of seminars, lectures, generously provided by the library and park district. All this practically at my doorstep. I wish you a very happy and healthy retirement, and know that those of us who have lived in Schaumburg will never forget you or your legacy. And this is a Michelle Clifton. Don't know if you know this person or not, but I thought that was very appropriate and wanted to say that. So, as I was mentioning, having been on the board, Al taught me a lot of things. And part of that I learned was, when I first came on, was how to participate in board meetings. And we do have certain etiquette up here. So I thought you would like these. I know Pat Riley over here will appreciate these.
Is Pat Riley here?
Yes, he's
Oh,
here.
yeah.
He's right over there. So we used to, on occasion, go out after the board meeting and have a drink, and Al would have all sorts of stuff he would say. And I would write them down on a yellow piece of paper, if you remember right, and fold it up and put it on my wallet, which kind of disintegrated over the years. But at any rate, there's a couple of things here about a board meeting. One is, first thing Al told me when I came to the board was, he said, you have to learn how to count to 4. Now, you realize there's 6 board members, and if you want to pass anything, you got to have 4 votes. That was the first thing, learn how to count to 4. I learned that real quick. The second one was always second a motion. Don't leave a member hanging, meaning that be respectful of your fellow board members and don't leave them sitting out there and basically embarrassed at a board meeting, and that you should second their motion, even if you disagree with it. And we've always done that. We've always kind of done that, and I think that's one of the things that helps us get along so well. You may not vote for it, but you'll at least second it. Third is take your vote and don't grandstand. Obviously, just, make your vote, don't pontificate, don't go on and talk about, your reason and embarrass your other board members. Again, it's a sign of respect. Fourth one was, let them speak, as long as they don't insult anyone or pick on staff. So, I was on the board maybe a month or so, and we had a bunch of people in here, and they were complaining about stuff. And I asked Al afterwards, I said, why do you let people just kind of go on and rant, rave, and everything else? Isn't there some kind of protocol that we do there? And he said, no. He said, people need to be able to speak. He said, this is their house. This is their place for being able to come in and tell you their views and have a say in what they feel village government should or shouldn't do. And I thought about that, and we've always followed that. You notice we don't have any time limits on here, and we allow people to speak, and as long as they're respectful, that's not a problem. The other one is, you can't have a say unless you have a seat at the table. Now, it doesn't pertain to this, but it pertains to when there was discussion about O'Hare expanding and building an extra runway and all the noise and the fact that it was going to come over Schaumburg and we were going to hear all this noise, et cetera, and all that. And Al suggested that we join the Chicago noise.
O'Hare Noise Compatibility
O'Hare-
Committee.
Right. The
Compatibility
O'Hare
Commission.
Noise Compatibility Commission.
Yeah.
Actually being run by the city of Chicago. And I was like, why are we doing that? Why aren't we joining like Bensonville and Elk Grove Village to try and combat some of this? And he said, that's fine and dandy, and that's well, and that may work. He said, but if you really want to present change, you need to be at the table, and to be at the table, you need to be on the O'Hare Commission. And Al suggested we join that, and we supported him wholeheartedly, and he did. And it taught me a valuable lesson that I will keep always in mind, is that you need to be there. So all the things that he has belonged to over the years, IML, Northwest Municipal Conference, all the different things, I can't name them all off, and that is partly why. Because he's been there, he's represented us, and he's taken care of and always had Schaumburg in the forefront of what he's done. And I will carry that with me as being a board member. There's a couple others here, maybe I'll skip, but yeah, I'll skip the rest of those. But anyway, those are the most important ones, and I wanted to thank you very much, and I will take those as I try to govern. Going to adjourn, and there is cake
No.
and ice cream.
Tom?
We're gonna swear Mark in.
Oh, yes, we got to swear Mark in first, and then afterwards we'll have cake and ice cream. You know how much is in your ice cream? So do I.
Have the cake and ice cream first?
Ice cream is
You look vaguely familiar.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
So who is this right now?
I mean, this person here,
Yes.
I think I'm the village clerk.
No, the other one. Yes.
That's Mark Madej, our
Oh, okay,
future
all right.
trustee, our trustee to be sworn. Okay, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Mark Madej,
I, Mark Madej,
having been elected to the position of village trustee,
have been elected to the village position of village trustee
in the village of Schaumburg,
in the village of Schaumburg,
counties of,
county of Cook and DuPage,
do solemnly swear that I will support
do solemnly swear to support
the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and all the ordinances
and all the ordinances
of the village of Schaumburg,
of the village of Schaumburg,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of village trustee
the duties of the village trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Real quick, first of all, I gotta say thank you to my wife for supporting me all these years, because I always forget. And I always hear it when I get home. But she knows, you know, I always thank her, and I wouldn't be where I am without her. I've been here 14 years, and I should have known better not to say, yeah, we're good at 5:30 on the last day of the month, on the last day of the year in most companies where I work. So it was kind of tough, so I apologize for my tardiness. But I just want to thank everybody that supported me this last election and the previous elections, and I will continue to do the best I can to make this community, or continue this community in the favor of our residents. Thank you.
So we do have one last thing on the agenda, which is comments from the audience. Is there anyone else who would like to speak before we adjourn? Last chance. Okay, we're going to look for a motion to adjourn to cake and ice cream.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much.